Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the MI podcast. So, in this episode, we will cover about marketing consultancy. So, I myself, I'm working as a marketing consultant. I've worked with, various clients in the past, directly also, as well as I would say mostly through agencies, because agencies obviously, many of them, their workforce, they don't want to maybe hire full time, right? They have it's on a project to project basis. So anyone they perceive that would really help them in, mostly I would say, in the strategic process than executional roles or roles which is like design related. That would be something which I would be helping them in. So in this particular episode, I'll be explaining about marketing consulting in terms of that what are the duties. Like you all hear about this a lot. Also, a lot of people who are trying to grow their following on social media have put out there that they are into marketing consultancy. You have consultants who are extremely highly paid and they are by multiple clients. So it becomes an attractive field for any kind of a marketing professional to get into. They could do it while they're working somewhere, or it could, if they're quite very successful, and they can do it on a full-time basis also. I've seen even many influencers who have gained a bit of the following have then gone into marketing consultancy, because content and growing a social media audience is become an intrinsic element in marketing. And any brand would want to work with people who have been successful on social media, right? So they would know certain things on how you have to execute certain strategies to connect with the audience. So I'll take you through all the duties in this particular episode, so that gives you a bit of a clarity in that. So firstly, when a consultant is hired, he has to do a bit of the market research on the project. So generally, when they are hired, there's two cases. One thing is that there's a startup, you're introducing new product or new service in the market, or maybe you're kind of a little bit struggling in what you're offering in terms of meeting your marketing goals, and you get that thing. So in any case, you have to do a market research, like what is it in your market in terms of the target group, your industry, your competitors, what all they are doing. So you're going to have to create a research in that, look at consumer behaviors, look at in terms of not only direct competitors, what are your indirect competitors as well. So you have to create a complete document of your market research. Now thing is that this can be uh, basic level or even advanced. Now that depends on the resources at disposal of your marketing consultant. So the marketing consultant, if you're giving him a decent amount of budget wherein you can access market research reports of huge marketing research companies, then that helps a lot. And that is generally used by startups, or startups who are well funded, because, or even companies who are quite established, because they need that high quality data, that research done with that, they can create make informed decisions, because the risk involves is much more on in those companies. So you have to do a very detailed kind of analysis. If not, then I've even done market research for like somebody who has a chain of one or two restaurants or something, just a basic level research, but maybe I can do just surfing on the net or via social media. So it depends what level, it depends on the level of the project. Then you would do your marketing planning of the whole thing, like what kind of the channels that you are going to be using, and what kind of objectives you have, what are you trying to achieve, what are your tactics that you're going to be using in different kind of marketing channels. And also a complete end-to-end marketing plan would come in. Herein, I would obviously say what are the types of marketing you will be using, what are the techniques you will be using, um, how are you gonna, tap the TG, how are you gonna connect with them, how are you gonna, you know, what kind of funnel you have in terms of your marketing funnel, and also everything would be kind of documented within this. In the next step, after you've done all your research, you have to create an end-to-end marketing plan. Then you have to analyze your data. So whatever data is there at your disposal from the company, especially the first thing is what you can see. Like say they've done some campaigns earlier in Google or Facebook or something. You can just analyze what all have they got the results. You can even see in terms of all the leads they've got from all particular sources and how many of those leads have been converted. If they have a CRM, how is it being maintained? If they've done email campaigns or something, then what has been the success with respect to them. So there are many things, whatever has been done in the past by that company in terms of marketing per se, then that would is completely, that data is taken by the consultant and analyzed, and then going forward a plan of action is made for the same. So, and next would be your brand identity. How do you kind of develop? So, if it's absolutely new, the consultants are involved in creating the logo, the taglines, the basic the marketing collateral materials that are there. So, whatever is required with respect to your brand identity material, your collaterals and everything, that is done by the marketing consultant. Your kind of a brand voice that you are maintaining. What are the brand values and everything. So everything is kind of documented by the marketing consultant. Obviously, this is within kind of a discussion with the particular management in that particular company. But this is an important part of marketing consultancy. Then your campaigns would come in. Like there is no company where you are doing no marketing campaign, like, because without a marketing campaign there would be no result per se in terms of leads or this thing. So um, you would always keep initiating new campaigns. You see the biggest of brands, every quarter there is a new major campaign. If I'm talking something general campaigns, so maybe you're having once a week also, or twice a week, and in different campaigns in different channels. And also all these campaigns, what is happening with them on a day-to-day basis, are they being optimized, the result that is coming, how it can be improved, what are the optimization techniques that can be used to improve them. So this complete responsibility would come with the marketing consultant. And lastly would be the training and support that a consultant gives to the particular, because mostly when you see a consultant is not going to work, I would say, on a day-to-day basis like a full-time employee, right? So once he's made the strategy in place and had meetings, you done the brand identity, some data analysis and everything, then he has to train in execution, because marketing is a day-to-day job, right? You have to optimize your campaigns, you have to collect your data, you have to upgrade certain things within your campaigns, your channels. You have to monitor what kind of traffic is coming, what kind of communication is happening with your TG. So I would say the training and support, kind of a program has to be made by the particular marketing agency. Has to identify what are the strengths and weaknesses in terms of the people who are going to be working on, and accordingly train them so that they can execute it to the, because at the end of the day, if he's made a great strategy also, and obviously as marketing consultants you develop your own work portfolio. Now if you made some great strategy but it's not been really executed that well by the people working in that company, then it doesn't make sense. I mean, in terms of the results would not come, and that would go negatively on the marketer only. So he has to have a good where he trains him. And then support aspect is that he has to be available as per whatever is the agreement, to kind of help them when they have there are basically blocks in when they are working, any obstacles and all. So he will help them out during this, and help them reach their marketing goals. So awesome. So I think it's been a good episode about marketing consultancy. Many people are getting into different kind of consultancy. I feel since digital marketing is becoming so mainstream, even small businesses who have shop based also have seen they are having different kind of digital campaigns to reach out to their particular audience. The scope has increased a lot. So like as a consultant, the world is your oyster, because like you kind of can reach out to companies like a mom and pop store up to a a huge big unicorn as well, was some kind of a output of them in within the marketing. They required some kind of an expertise, maybe of something you've done earlier. So that is a huge market there, and consultants are required everywhere. And if you sharpen your skills, you can even work with different agencies and all, because they invite kind of part-time work from different experts. So then I think that this can really work out well for you. So I wish you all the best. Thanks for your time. I'll see you until the next episode. Take care of yourself.